I didn't want it to hinder what you were
Yeah,
saying there.
I was trying to make it as low as possible, but the volume control on the screen isn't as robust as I'd like it to be.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So this is for people, who, as I said, want to do this as a career path, and some people do. It's a great place to practice, get your skills sharpened, get to have fun, not just do the job, but also to have a way to develop materials that when you do go for a job, things they want to see or hear from you. So for the career-driven person, it's great, but it's not just for them. Okay, it's for anybody. I talk to all my classes, and it's the same for a student anywhere on campus. If you want to perform, right, radio is a way to perform. It's a way to get your public speaking skills up to snuff. It's a way to get personal with communication because you're talking to an audience, and you really should be talking one to one when you're doing that. It's just a way to get your personable skills together where, yeah, I mean, I can talk to audiences, I can get out and talk to a large group, or I can talk to a small group, but you're practicing these interpersonal speaking skills to get yourself really well developed. And at the same time, if you've ever been curious about radio, like, how does thing work in the first place and why do they do the things they do on radio? It's this is a place to learn because, as we meet and I try to share information with you, uh, it gives you a chance to learn, like, okay, what is the radio business about? How did it come about? How does it work today? Uh, why did they play the music they play? Which is a question a lot of us ask sometimes. Or why did they play so many commercials? All these little things that maybe you've wanted to know more about, you can learn. And you can also have a show and practice. And we have a very nice studio. It's locked up in the library right now. Uh, but we can still do a show from your home. And part of what we're doing this semester is showing folks, well, how can you do your own show? You could do it from home. It's very simple. And I can help you put the whole thing together, and you could be on the radio and listen to yourself, tell your friends to listen too. So it's designed to be fun. It's designed to introduce you to something you've grown up with and learn more about the inner workings of it. And if you really are professionally driven, it's a chance to get your skills in place. Even the production students, when I talk to them about the radio station, I say, "Well, I'm studying video, but maybe someday you want to make extra money as a narrator or an announcer for different production pieces. Having those skills is a good thing. So even for the students who are learning how to work the cameras and editing and directing shows, uh, the added skills of being a good professional voice is yet another thing to sell yourself when you're going out and looking for that freelance opportunity or looking for maybe a full-time job. So these are skills that will take you far, whether you're in the business, if you will, or outside the business.
It's I've been around the radio station at various times before we were forced to leave the campus here, and I know that one of the great things too with the radio station is that it's open to students to not only do their own shows but do their shows to what their interest is. I know students that were doing music shows that were related to some of the talk around the music world and playing music that they found really interesting and wanted to share with others. And there was also some too that would do versions of talk shows to things that were going on in maybe the political landscape or the news landscape, but then also a lot in the sports world. And those are all industries. And talk radio, I think, is especially with the emergence of podcasts, it's sort of exploded a lot in a lot of different ways.
Well, there's a student who several years ago was doing a sports talk program. He was very heavy into MMA. So he knew the players in mixed martial arts. If you don't know what MMA is, it's mixed martial arts. He knew the players. He could talk to these people, and he was making all these phone calls out and bringing the calls in, and interviewing them, and giving all the latest news. Right now, he's running his own blog. and he's still sticking with sports. He's doing work with local sports, and I'm sure he's still dealing a lot with MMA because that was like a passion for him. But he's a blogger now, so he's out there, and the world can hear him because he got started with the radio station. I had another student several years back who wanted to do an unplugged music show. Well, the studio is not very big, but yeah, we could get one person with a guitar in the room. And she was doing interviews on a Saturday morning with them. And then they play a few of their own favorite tunes. And we had a live music show in the studio. So, it's up to your imagination what you want to try. There's different things you can do or make an attempt at doing, and I'll guide you and help you do the kind of show you're interested in. And again, it's not just for radio geeks. I'm a radio geek. I'm sorry. I was born and raised in this radio stuff. And it's still part of my chemistry. But you don't have to be that way. A lot of people that are radio stars today didn't get started because they had an ambition for radio. They just started doing this, and the bug bit finally, and they caught on. But they were doing other things in life, and not just doing radio. So it's for anybody. If you like talking, if you like sharing stories, you like to communicate with folks, if you love music or you love sports or current events, then there's a place for you to do your own show in radio.
And just to speak to that too, and I'm aware of some of the students that did the radio since I've been here too, and it's been really great, some of the things they did. I know that we had some students that ran a sports show, and they were really into hockey, which is a little bit in my background. I've had a relationship with the National Hockey League for some time through some work I did previously before I came here, and still do a little bit now. And it goes back to use your time while you're here at the college, whether it's utilizing the radio station, whether it's utilizing, we heard from Owen before I see Professor Gargone came on about the music club, using some of the tools that they have there and instruments. It's all about using that experience. And I remember those students that did that sports show on the radio station towards the end of the NHL season, we were able to secure them a press credential to go up and cover the New Jersey Devils, who play in the state. And I have a very good relationship with that team, and they've told me that they can just let me know and they can credential them. Obviously, now we're in a different world and different landscape of how attendance inside buildings goes, and everyone kind of being on short staff. So it's different now, but I mean, those are different tools that you have, and it's always important and nice for students to know that they can do these things, easy for me to say, while they're students here on campus, and that's always important for them. So
yeah, and I think that goes for any of the clubs that you belong to. If you have a curiosity or an ambition to do something, you want to be a writer, you want to be a photographer, you want to be an artist, work with one of the clubs or the student media and express yourself. This is an opportunity to do it for free. In a sense, you paid your student fees, so it's not totally free, but your time and energy to do something that you think you might like, you want to try, what's the place to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. And as Lee was saying, that I was typing his name, and also Gary Schaefer, who is our advisor to Viking News. And I just spoke to Gary earlier today, and he assured me that there's going to be a lot of great new content coming up in the not too distant future for our Viking News, which is the student-run newspaper on campus, which even prior to everyone being remote was moving to an all-online format. So keep your eyes for that. I always butcher what the exact website is, so I want to make sure I get it perfectly on here, but I'll share that in there as well, so everybody is able to visit their website and see some of the great work they have there. But and again, I put your email in there, Professor Kobus. But if students are interested, just contact you.
Yeah, send an email, and I'll get back, and we'll get a meeting organized as quickly as possible. When I know I have some people that want to sit in, and we'll get the process started.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And we'll share this up on our YouTube page. And I'm sure, again, whether they're interested in doing music or entertainment or sports, it's so great that you can just do it now. And we're all adjusting on the fly of being able to do it right from the comfort of your own home. And that's great, too.
Okay.